I got a bit of a beef with the farmers, the British farmers, the ones who voted for Brexit. There they were embracing a Nigel Farage in his little wellies and yellow corduroys and his oilskin jacket and that flap cap. The man that brought them Brexit. The biggest disaster to their industry was the Brexit. Post-Brexit, we got all the, well, splendid trade deals with Australia and New Zealand and other countries and something about pork markets somewhere. Anyway, while you're here, please boot the old like button. If you want to support chatting, do it on, I know, Patreon or buy us a coffee. Oh, crikey, this has got my goat. Anyway, links down below. Please boot the like button then. Blimey. Now that man brought them the Brexit, which is the one thing that has single-handedly pretty much devastated them with the help of some dodgy Tory politicians and some blinking snake oil salesman. They call him Nigel Farage, they do, yeah. Huge amounts of money have been wasted on his little project, like his Farage garages, which quite frankly only one of them exists now, Sevington. There he is on the coast with his little binoculars. Look for the migrants. Yeah. I'd have thought he'd be wanting to count them down now since we've got Brexit and we're going to have less migrants, you know, the breaking point poster and all that. But no, it's increased under Nigel Farage's project. This version of Project 2025, maybe. But there are other individuals I'm very disappointed in. One person I actually quite like, and I still do, to be fair, but I'm disappointed in her. Her name is Liz Webster of Save British Farming. Now, she might disagree with me about this. Fair enough, she's got her own point of view. But why the heck are you going on a show hosted by flippin' Nigel Farage? The Antichrist. The man who brought you the Brexit. The only reason why you were there, Liz Webster, was to platform Nigel Farage. He's controlling the narrative. He's the host. And there you were agreeing with him. It just makes you look bad. It discredits you considerably. I had a lot of respect for you, but no, I've lost a big chunk of respect. I understand the farmers were having a bad time before Brexit. So you rocked the boat and made it even worse. Some more people fell off the boat and drowned. More farmers are fine harder. Now, let's be honest about this. You wouldn't have had this rewilding subsidy thing that you're complaining about, would you? If it wasn't for the Brexit? No, it never happened. Setting aside all that land to just do its thing. You would have had more control of your own destiny. Now, I know it was tough, like I say. We all know it was tough. But that was down to the supermarkets. It was nothing to do with them, the EU. There's reasons for flipping legislation. It's there to create a level playing field for everyone inside the circle. Everyone outside the circle, well, they don't stand a chance. That's what's happened to you. You're no longer inside that circle. You even got a seat at the table, have you? So needless to say, well, you're just getting the crumbs. And now you're telling us that you're going to block the ports. Yes, the British farmers have said, oh, we do a protest, we've done our protest. Yep, okay. We're going to block the ports if we don't get our way. So the food can't come into the United Kingdom. Now, this reminds me of what happened with the Stop Oil protests. Yeah, or the environmental protests, climate protests, where they block the roads and cause disruption to ordinary people trying to go to work and stuff like that. Now, I don't have a problem with that kind of protest, to be fair. I'm quite supportive of that sort of stuff. I'm not supportive of like the Stop Oil protests where they're like defacing stuff. No, throwing soup over a Rembrandt or something. I don't get their point. I know what they're saying. I do get it, but they're saying, "Oh, you think more about this than you do about the planet." No, but all you're doing is when you do that kind of thing, you are going to turn everybody off your cause. They're not going to support you. There's a lot of people out there who don't support you already. You need to bring them on side and actually peeing them off by blocking the food at the port so they can't get food and the shelves go empty. They're going to blame you, and that's not going to recover. They're going to say, "Sod the farmers, we'll just import the food anyway. We'll wait till you go under." Now we know, all right, anyone with half a brain cell knows about the blooming inheritance taxes of 20-odd%. Going to be paid back in 10 years, and it doesn't affect half of you anyway, or half of your inherited children anyway. So a lot of you haven't even looked at the details. You're just going like a herd. You're doing a MAGA. But the thing is, that's not the reason why you protest. You protest because you've made it bloody hard already and you can't admit to it. You can't admit to the fact you voted for Brexit and you screwed yourselves. And then you're looking for other stuff and other people to blame that. You're blaming now this inheritance tax. Which doesn't mean you're going to have to close your blooming your farm. You're not going to have to sell your farm off. That's rubbish. It might mean that your children might need to. But they might want to do that anyway. There's, not be funny. A lot of kids don't want to go into farming. In fact, there's a lot of kids there during the protest had no interest going into farming. That'd be down to whoever buys it. And yes, it might get bought up by Dyson or someone like that. So they can offload their taxes, but they're less likely to do that if they want to actually benefit from it. Might go into foreign nationals even. So they can put it in an asset holding company so they're not paying any tax on it. At all. It's ring fenced. Thank Boris Johnson for that. You really got to look at the detail. Actually, it's not even that difficult. You voted against your best interests and now you're complaining. And until you actually own what's caused the problem and actually own up to the fact that you might, voters, 51% they reckon voted for Brexit. So if you vote for Brexit, you need to own it. You have to accept the thing that's actually causing the problem. And there's several problems. As we know, the supermarkets got a hold of you for a start. With short girlies they have. But that's what happens when we centralise our food sources, and that's down to the people, that is. Wanting cheaper products, what have you, not supporting their local shops and the corner shops and stuff, and the little veg stores and that, greengrocers. Everyone now heads to the supermarkets, the Tesco's and what have you. I remember when it was all happening. We still had greengrocers when I was growing up, My mum still went there. I know, got to move on apparently. It's the future, they say. It's not a good future though, is it? It's not a good future if you're pushing people out of work or shutting their businesses down. And now the farmers themselves are screwing themselves. And a lot of these smaller farmers, they do more local supply anyway. Same here. I'm in France, I am. Our local farmer, Didier, he supplies a lot of the local supermarkets and stuff. It works differently here. It's not all imported from all over the place. It's French meat. In fact, everything is French meat. They've got a thing about it. They're quite patriotic about it. And they are in the EU. Although many of them would probably want to leave the European Union without even knowing what the score is and understanding what it actually means. Everyone has all these ideas and all these solutions to problems without actually understanding the full picture, the nuances. Look at the damage it's done to the United Kingdom as a whole. Trade between Northern Ireland still, and it's still, trade between Northern Ireland and England is still pretty shit. Oh, England, yeah, Britain. It's pretty shit. And they've got to be putting all these extra labels, not just the labels on there, not for the EU labels, but also when things are sold online, but even for second-hand items, you've got to have all these flipping numbers and codes and who manufactured it and stuff. How do you do that for second-hand goods? Also shit. I mean, it's got the pot. It's all because of Brexit. Scupping the trade, scupping the farmers, scupping everybody. Even scupping my business. My business is based in France. If you're wondering why I'm so down on Brexit, because it's shit. And a load of people, lack of thinking, didn't think it through, didn't look at the detail. They just listened to people like Nigel Farage. Got on that old bandwagon with him. Use him as your poster child. We're going to a quickie to him or something. And then he's just using other people in the trade as his poster child, poster boys like Ian Perks, who now regrets Brexit, who's a fishmonger. And loads of people, flipping loads of people, small businesses and medium-sized businesses and big businesses, are all suffering because of Brexit. We've lost so much trade. So much trade. Some people say 4%, others say it near 6%. And then there's all the other costs. The cost of implementing it, the software and all that stuff. It's not cheap. All the buildings that had to be built. All the extra people needed to actually just facilitate the Brexit, the import-exports. We ain't gained anything. We haven't. Where's the positives? The only positives are those who were the instigators of Brexit. Brexit has made Nigel Farage a very rich man. Brexit put him on the map. Right-wing, made a massive change in the UK capitalist system. Made a massive, massive change. And obviously Donald Trump latched onto that as well. Very useful, he goes. He must have some tricks under his sleeve. Up his sleeve. Oh, no, it depresses me. It really does depress me. And, farmers really need to wake up. There's trust you need to wake up. You can't be allowing yourself to be on a platform with Nigel Farage. You really can't. That is foolish. It just diminishes your credibility. Because who are you platforming? You're not platforming yourself. You're not getting any kudos by being on there. Only kudos you might be getting me from Brexiteers who, quite frankly, might not actually like you anyway because you're a Remainer. It's not going to do you any good. All you're doing is turn off everybody else. It's foolish. Stupid is as stupid does. Anyway, what say you? Please leave in the comments down below. Or again, too depressed. It's shit, isn't it? Brexit's just shit. It really is. Don't forget the bell icon. If you want to support the channel, do it on Patreon. Yeah, check me out. If you want to support the channel, do it on Patreon and buy some coffee. Links down below. Oh, but also a rewilding project. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend again. Plant more trees. If you want to be a part of that, there's a GoFundMe link down below. We're planting lots of trees, you see. At least 1,000 trees. And it's not just like plonk, 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 loads of trees. And what we're doing is we're doing like sort of planning out in the sense like rewilding, but with animals in mind, birds in mind, and that. We're putting fruits out there as well, and fruit canes and stuff. Well, anything that can provide food for the little critters. That's what we're doing anyway. So anyway, links down below if you are interested, and there's a GoFundMe link there as well. So if you want to make a donation for a tree, I'll put a tree in it. Me or Miss put a tree in the ground for you, and then we'll make a sign to go with the tree. Looks like maybe it's a name, or maybe a loved one, a present for Christmas, or newborn even. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so say toodaloo, so toodaloo.